Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a best of 3 Phyrexia. All will be one draft. Rare is Dark Slick Shores. We're not going to take it because it's just a dual land. Let's look at the uncommons. We have Oxida Finisher, 7 mana, 7/5, Affinity for Equipment, Trample. Haven't played with it yet. Or against it, I don't think, but probably good for the equipment decks. Viral Spawning. This is a good card. 3 mana, 3/3. With Toxic 1, and if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, you can flash it back. Pretty sweet. You know I love Toxic. Ichor Plate Golem. This might maybe be the pick, although, you know me, I'm addicted. I'm just addicted to Toxic. 3 mana, 2/3, and it's an Oil Lord. And it lets you put more oil counters on your cards, too. It's a good one. Flensing Raptor, also good. Toxic dude. I'm going to go with the Ichor Plate Golem. I mean, they're all... Actually, I'm going to go with the Viral Spawning because I love Toxic. The fact that you can flash this back is a big deal. I like that. There was a removal spell in there. There were a couple other Toxic dudes, but I like Viral Spawning. In green, so if we had taken Oil Dude, I guess we could have taken the Mantis, which is fine too. Probably want this Tainted Observer. It's a good card. It has flying. It has Toxic. It's on color with our first pick. It lets you proliferate, which is very good. Other good cards in here. Definitely the Punisher. 3 mana, 3/3 Menace. And then something about basic lands. Less of a big deal in this format since most people are just running basics. Noxious Assault. I think I played it once. Wasn't sold on it. Incisor Glider is an interesting card. Does not have Toxic, but wants you to play a little bit of Toxic to buff your team. It's got flying. It's also a cheap flyer, 1/3 body, but let's take the Observer, be happy about it, and move on. All right, another Viral Spawning. Well, that's cool. Otherwise, Crawling Chorus in white. Cheap Toxic. Ruthless Predation, some removal. Dune Mover, cheap Toxic, Blightbelly Rat, cheap Toxic. You can definitely play multicolor Toxic as well. I'm a little bit higher on taking uncommons now. So there's some incentive to take Viral Spawning. I mean, getting 2 3/3s out of a card is 2 3/3 Toxic ones out of a card is pretty slick, actually. Hard to be angry about that at any time. Still works with Observer. It's when a creature enters the battlefield. So 5 mana, you at least put a counter on them. Cast it out of your graveyard too. I'm going to take another uncommon over the removal, even though I like the removal and Crawling Chorus and Raptor and Rat. I like all of these Toxic cards, but we're going to need some cheap ones, admittedly. All right. Well, there's a Terramorphic in here. Necrogen Communion, which is a pretty sweet card, actually. I kind of like it. You get your creature back when it dies, too. Siphoner, some cheap Toxic. Dune Mover 2. Lets you grab lands as a cheap Toxic. Whisper the Dross, cheap Proliferate. Kind of tempted to take a black Toxic card here. Could go with the uncommon. It's just the Siphoner is a flyer, which is quite nice. But I might just go with my theory of take the uncommons and stick to the Toxic plan. Unfortunately, this doesn't work too well on tokens, but it's not going to work too well with Viral Spawning, but that's all right. Even though it is an aura and there is a lot of removal in this set, Communion, it's tough to get the uncommons, so I say take them. Here, so we could take the Toxic dude, another chance to get removal, or we just take the Expanse now and get some fixing going. Good options all around. Inquiry is also playable. I'm going to go with the Expanse, though. I think there's a pretty good possibility we're going to end up 3-color and I'm going to need the fixing, despite me taking it over removal and Basilisk, both good. Card that doesn't take a slot in the deck and is guaranteed to make the deck is probably the option we want. You know, this Skitterling is a good card. Lets you sack artifacts or creatures if you get corrupted and you can draw. I'm just wondering if I would rather do that or the Expanse. This also wants you to play Toxic and, you know. And there's Dross Pits as well, but maybe we just let's just get our fixing on now. Even though I really do like this card. It turns all the removal off once they're corrupted, basically. Because you can sack itself, too. Very good. Yeah, I do think it's good. I might just have to take the Terramorphic, though, I think. Even though it's a common. So Testament Bearer is good, too. I don't really like Plague Nerfs, to be perfectly honest. Pick 7 Crawling Course might be the sign we need to just go the white direction, or 4-color Toxic. That sounds pretty nuts. But hey, 2 Terramorphic, it's possible. And if we get those Dune Movers back, it's totally possible. I like Testament Bearer, but I want to play Toxic. And even though, like I said, Plague Nurse is Toxic, but for some reason, I haven't found it to be as excellent as I want it to be. I think it's just a little bit too slow. It's tough to say why it's not that good, but I haven't been that impressed with it. Mace's Mantle, on the other hand, yeah. It's a combat trick that probably is something that we want, honestly. Or we could just take Dross Pits, which is guaranteed to make the deck. But I'm actually going to take Maze's Mantle because we've been passing all this removal. So at least getting a combat trick that has the benefit of also giving hexproof. And it's a permanent combat trick. So, you know, permanent buff combat trick, I should say. Ooh, well, we got the Darkslick Shores back. There's a good sign. Also a pick 9 Annihilating Glare. Jeez. Now it's like a tough choice. Do I take more fixing or do I take removal? I mean, Annihilating Glare is pretty important removal card. Really good with like Crawling Course and stuff like that. But Darkslick Shores is legit. You know what? I'm going to take the fixing over removal. This is crazy, but I just have a good feeling we're going to play 3-color and want it. So draw Skull Bomb, totally playable. Lets you get creatures back. Obviously, it doesn't work too well with the token dudes. There's Noxious Assault. There's Surgical Bay. I'm going to take the Skull Bomb here, I think. And be okay with it, I guess. Wow. Pick 11 Blightbelly Rat. Well, this is a great card. It's got Toxic. It's a good price. It proliferates. I'm going to take it over Dross Pets. And maybe it's Blue Splash here. Well, Whisper of the Dross. I'm going to take that over Mace's Mantle because it's got the built-in proliferate and it's very cheap. And Infectious Inquiry it is. Totally playable. Not a bad pack 1. Nahiri. So this lets you make things attack. And it can rummage. And you can exile a creature or equipment card with mana value from your graveyard. And then create a copy of it. Okay. Yeah. It's a stuff and a thing. There's Charge of the Mites here, which is get some toxic dudes or kill something. I do love versatile cards, and that one's pretty versatile. Otherwise, we go maybe deeper on the Crawling Chorus plan, but we're looking... Maybe we're more black-white. Could be. Especially if we get this Crawling Course back out of the Sinew Dancer. I'm going to take the Charge of the Mites, get the removal that spits out dudes. And maybe we're looking more black-white splash something else. So, unfortunately, this doesn't really work for me because we need 9 or more lands with different names. I don't think that's going to happen. Rot Priest's a great card, though. This one is really good. Really great. And we probably already want to play green pretty badly. And maybe we are doing the 4-color. You know me, I can't do anything easy. We have to go crazy here. I'm going to take the Lord, though. I'm going to go with the Rot Priest and just be happy about it because this card's very strong. All your toxic dudes deal additional poison counters, and you can give them all Death Touch at will. Not at will. Comes with a cost, but still, pretty good. Kethic's a weird card, and it doesn't have Toxic, so we don't really need it. Apostle, you don't really have to play Toxic for... I mean, it finishes opponents on its own, so you don't need to be super deep into the Toxic plan. Could take the Raptor. It has Toxic. It gives flying, you know, good. Fly over top if you have Communion on something. Double white might be problematic in this deck. I'm going to go with the cheap Toxic dude over the card that's probably a little bit stronger just because I want to make sure we're playing a lot. You know, Swooping Lookout is actually a good card, but because there's just a lot of cheap flyers that you want to be able to attack or block into. But probably take Scrap Trap. It's got double proliferate. Or we could actually, maybe we just take the Glider and be happy about it and try and make it work. Once again, does not have Toxic, but the Corrupted ability is quite strong, and basically every other card in our deck does have Toxic, so it kind of makes sense. Zealot's Conviction is a great card. Here's a little Proliferate Res spell. And Prism for some more fixing. Well, I do like that, but permanent combat trick. I'm really high on this Zealot's Conviction. This card's great. Permanent first strike and double buff is pretty strong. Let me give my son his toy back here. There we go. All right, let's take Zealot's Conviction over the Prism, even though the Prism would be a welcome addition to this deck as well. So another chance to get another draw Skull Bomb, or we could take the Testament Bearer now. Kind of want to stick to the very deep Toxic plan, which Testament Bearer won't be a part of. Skull Bomb just gets us dudes back. Let's try maybe a couple Skull Bombs, or we could take Copperline. Why would I want Copperline Gorge? Maybe if I wanted to splash a red card. All right, I think that's more likely than playing double Skull Bomb, to be honest. Another Communion. Well, maybe we go deep on the Communion plan here. I mean, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. Is it going to work out? Possibly not, but we'll find out. So take the Prism now. I'm kind of okay with that. We only have the... I mean, we're at least 3-color and probably splashing Observer. It's hard not to. I'll take it over Plague Nurse and be happy enough about that. How many actual creatures do we have in here, huh? Just 6, huh? Well, we're going to need more than that. Take Sinew Dancer. It makes sense with the Toxic plan, too. Paying 1 mana to tap down creatures is pretty strong. So we'll take it. Don't really need any of this. I guess if we're splashing blue, maybe Prologue, but unlikely. Just because it gives a poison counter. I don't need any of this. We'll take the Testament Bearer, which is a good card. I just think it's unlikely we'll play it. Don't really need Surgical Bay, but Duress for sideboard, yeah, that actually could make sense. Double blue, unlikely, but we'll take it. All right. Last pack, we got some cleaning up to do here. So this is a little toxic creating land, but I think we're easily going to take Ossification here. This is a great removal spell. Kind of a deal with everything kind of card here. Yeah, deal with any... And it deals with Planeswalkers too. Wow, great uncommon. At the low cost of enchanting a basic land you control. Really good. Maybe we'll get the Glider back. That would be nice. But take Ossification for now. Ooh... 2 mana 1/3 lifelink toxic 1, and then whenever you proliferate, oh, well, I guess we really don't have that much. We don't have that many ways to well, there's one. 1 proliferate, 2. If only we had more proliferate. I mean, it's great with the Observer. Might just be good enough to take, but then maybe we want the flyer, just take the Siphoner. I mean, it's a strong rare though. But we probably want Siphoner, honestly, with double Communion. I think we're going to take the Siphoner. The Evangelist would be good too, obviously, because it kills things. But we need some creatures. We have 8 creatures currently, 9 if you count Charge of the Might, so pretty light. Might need a Blightbelly Rat. I love Anoint with Affliction too, and there's Crawling Chorus in here. I think the Rat's probably better with Proliferate and all. Neither of them have flying. This just comes down earlier. I'm going to take the Rat. The Proliferate can do nasty things. I want Anoint too, but like I said, we're so creature... Oh, these are creatures too, I guess. So really we're at like 10, 11. Alright, maybe I'll take the Anoint. Maybe, hopefully, wheel one of these. Get rid of Prologue. Whisper to the Dross. We'll take it. It is pretty good removal, and Proliferate obviously is good when you're poisoning your opponent. Infectious Bite, well, there is some good removal too, and it also gives them a poison counter. So I think we want that a little bit more than the Anoint, just for the fact that it gives poison, and it's one-sided fight, and it's instant speed. But Anoint obviously can deal with more things. Take us another Siphoner. That's a great pickup for us, especially this late in the draft. Kind of need it. Aspirant's a really fun card, but I'm going to take the Siphoner. We definitely want that. All right. Well, I guess I feel okay taking a Head Cleaver. I don't love it, but we need some more Toxic, and it's playable. So none of this needed, and I'm probably not going to sideboard any of it, so I'll just take a Kethic as like a... just taking a rare, basically. So I can take the Plague Nurse now. We can take Noxious Assault. Could take another Duress. Probably take Drawspits because it just makes the deck. Offer Immortality is actually a pretty good card, but so is Thirsting Roots for this deck. Although, if we're splashing green, I suppose that doesn't make sense. So we'll take the Offer Immortality. At least lets you keep slamming in with the Siphoner and getting value. Well, in theory, Gladiator, although I don't really want it. I'll take a Vat of Rebirth, which I also don't really want, but we have a decent amount of Proliferate, so it might work out. Cultivator, probably not doing that. Weird deck. Admittedly, weird deck, but we might be able to make this work yet, believe it or not. Last pick, Scheming Aspirant. Doesn't really work towards the Toxic plan, unfortunately, but that's okay. Let's take a look here. So, we can stick to the plan of focus on white, black, splash, green, splash, blue. So we can probably cut like Maze's Mantle. $11 creatures, but really it's like 12, 13, maybe 14. So we probably should not cut creatures. Let's cut the Skull Bomb then. We only have to make 3 more cuts. Well, that's not bad. Maybe the Inquiries can go, even though they give poison counters, which is kind of nice. And I suppose we probably cut the Aspirant because we have not that much Proliferate. It's cool with Observer and everything, but it does bring our creature count down, which I didn't want to do. 10, 12, 13... 13 creatures. I mean, it's creature light. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah. We probably want one more creature, I would think. I could run the Testament Bearer, at least blocks well. I mean, it attacks well too. It's just because we don't have that much top end. I just think we need more creatures, probably. I guess at worst we could stick a Necrogen Communion on it. It's actually pretty good. 4/1 Toxic 2, and then it dies. You get a card and it comes back. Alright, I think we need it. And likely the cut at this point is going to be maybe the Zealot's Conviction, even though I love this card. Could cut the Whispers or the Dross instead, but the Proliferate makes that a little bit better, I think. Obviously, you don't want to cut... I don't think we want to cut off for Immortality. But maybe Zealot's Conviction's better. Because they're both good. For this deck, at least. Yeah. What am I doing here? Last cut. I don't want to run 16 lands, even though our curve is actually kind of low. I think we need the Prism. So yeah, I think it's Offer Immortality versus Zealot's Conviction. Which one do I like more? Zealot's Conviction, you get a permanent buff. And we're going more for the Toxic plan, so maybe it's better than Offer Immortality. Alright. Well, this is quite the deck. Jeez. You know me. I'm just addicted to Toxic. So we ended up building 4-color Toxic. We did get some cool things. A lot of uncommons, which win games when you don't have rares, which we don't. But we have good removal in here, too. We got, like, Ossification and Anoint with Affliction and Conviction, Whisper, Infectious Bite. So, pretty good removal. Charge of the Mites is removal, too. In a low creature count deck, unfortunately. Well, we're at 14 creatures at least with the Testament Bear, counting the charge and the 2 viral spawning. So, not the worst. Not the best, not the worst. Good. good amount of toxic. We'll see what we can do with it. Maybe we should look at our mana base first, though, huh? Jeez. So we have most black. So really, this is 5, 6, 8. Oh, 4, 5, 6, 8 black. We have 4, 6 white. 1, 2, 3, 4 blue. Do we need to run the island if we have the Dark Slick Shores? And oh, I guess with Terramorphic we do. So 1, 2, 4 blue, 4, 6 green. So we have more white than green, and we need the white early. We don't necessarily need the green early, but we kind of need the white early if you want to get that crawling course to do anything. I wonder if we need to, not need to, but maybe want to run 1 less green and 1 more white. That way a little more consistent with getting that white early. Because, like I said, we really need to get that chorus down quick, or else it kind of becomes a dead card. I mean, chorus and a Necrogen Communion, you got corrupted on turn 2. You got 3 poison counters you're dealing them. That's pretty slick. Plus it dies, gives you a 1/1, and it comes back and does it again. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I think the extra white is probably warranted. Here, take your toy, Lee. I guess we're running it like this. A little bit crazy. I mean, it looks like a swingy deck. Like if you get your toxic down early and you can get a couple removals to protect it with a Necrogen Communion, you can put a game away pretty quick. But obviously if they set up defenses and we flood out, then it's not going to happen. But that's all right. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. Okay, round 1 we'll play first. 1 lander. Man, 10 would have been sweet if we'd had 2 black mana, but not the mullet. This one we'll keep. Gonna be good enough. What are we gonna dump? Probably the Prism. We have all 3 colors. Well, I guess we're 4 color though. That's all right. We have all 4 colors actually. We find green. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So we'll dump the Prism. We don't need it. And that way we can at least do turn 1 green mana, turn 2 Dark Slores Rat. Yeah. All right. And then we'll do charge and spit out some more toxic dudes. Alright, well, good. Getting the counters on them now. So we'll get in Toxic. Jam a Charge of the Mites, most likely, to spit out some toxic dudes here. Get those toxic beats going. Charge of the Mites is really a nice card. Really is. So we're playing against the Artifact deck, which I like, personally. I'm a fan of this deck. I think it's good. We're just really fortunate our opponent, you know, hasn't really done... They're just in setup mode right now, which is kind of exactly what our deck needs to just get the toxic train going. Testament Bear. Well, hey. I can play it. But technically we could also play Sinew Dancer, which might make more sense for just clearing the way for these dudes. That's probably true. Although, we're also dealing 4 damage, so maybe we just go best use of mana mode here. Because they have to play an artifact to turn that into a 4/4. I'll just play the best use of mana. Let's do it. Why not? Let's go crazy here. I do love Sinew Dancer. I love that it can tap 2 things, but we'll go nutso mode here. And just jam a Testament Bear. Ichor. Alright. Well, I think they wanted to do that in reverse order, but that's okay. Ooh. Well, Crawling Chorus seems a little out of place, admittedly. So we'll take it, because we don't really care about that. So, could do the Rot Priest. That's not bad here. Yeah, let me think about how I want to do this. I have to give Death Touch. If I attack with the Testament Bearer, it's actually a tough choice. So I could Whispers of the Dross, kill the Crawling Chorus, get in with everything. They probably block the Rat, or one of the 1/1s. They take a good amount of damage there, and we get to proliferate on them. I mean, that's pretty good. Plus, we get to follow up with Sinew Dancer. I think it's worth it. Let's just get the stuff in now. They lose a blocker. Oh, I guess that's pretty good. We couldn't have done anything about the Ichorplate Golem anyway, though, so this is fine. And now they can't block with the thing, so they can block our Rat. They get another counter. I'm all right with that. So they're up to 8. I mean, that's a lot. And now we can tap 2 things, too. And they have 8 life. 8 life, 8 poison counters. And the lifelink on Justiciar is largely irrelevant. I think they keep activating in the wrong order. Swooping Lookout, on the other hand, is actually pretty good. Oh. I forgot that Ichorplate gets Vigilance with that Veil of Assimilation, too. So we'll take it. We're at 7 now. I mean, they've come back pretty effectively. We're certainly not in a great spot here. But drawing that land was actually good, because now we can do Rot Priest and tap things. So let's play Rot Priest and pass, because we can't give Death Touch yet. I guess I could attack with the Testament Bearer. Yeah, why not? We get an extra card out of it, too. And they can't block with the 1/1, so I'm okay getting some damage in here. So I suppose we take the Head Cleaver. And we'll pass, and that way we can use Sinew Dancer to tap the Lookout if need be. Because it's got Vigilance. Alright, so now we can tap Justiciar, get in, and they die. That seems good. I like winning games. Alright. So, we got there. They're playing a actually pretty good looking, Swooping Lookout is real good against our Siphoner plan, so that's going to be a little tough. We do have the 2 Whispers of the Dross, so that helps quite a bit against that. But still, we have to have it, and, you know, there's some annoyance to it, definitely. I feel like, and we have Zealot's Conviction, too, so we have some outs for it. We have some ways around their 1/2 flyer, but still. I mean, the deck works, and we don't have that much of a sideboard plan. If I bring in a combat trick, it's not like, I basically have to bring out another combat trick to bring in a combat trick, and that doesn't seem that good to me, since we're kind of, I feel like this is a difficult deck to ever have to be able to sideboard with, because we're just so tight in the way that it's built, you know? It kind of needs to be like this, because the ratios are so precarious, with like a 14 creatures, and the tricks, and the removal. It's a good hand. We at least have white, green, black. Probably going to get black off Terramorphic. Although, you know, we only have 1 island, so. But yeah, I kind of want to play the tap land first. So I guess I could use an Ossification on a Swooping Lookout, but I don't love that. Alright, Soulless Jailer on the other hand, pretty pointless. I mean, it's a blocker, I guess, but it's a 0/4. Can't cast non-creature spells from graveyards or exile. That actually does stop our viral spawning. What are the odds? They didn't even see that, too. That's funny. It's very odd circumstances there that it's actually doing something, but it is, in fact, doing something against us. Well, we have all 4 colors. I guess that's good. I don't really want to Ossification a Swooping Lookout. So instead, next turn, we're probably just going to jam a viral spawning into a Flincing Raptor. Ooh, Trawler Drake. Maybe we're... Are we actually going to have to Ossification a Soulless Jailer? That would be sad. Phyrexia is actually pretty good. They're going to get a lot of loots off of that. Wow, throwing away an Ickerplay Golem, huh? So they have all the 2/4s the little boy could ask for. Let's jam a Tainted Observer and pass, and we're just going to go set up Proliferate mode, I think. Although, we can't Proliferate yet, but we can also attack with Tainted Observer, so keep that in mind. They don't exactly have a great block for it right now. That doesn't matter too much. I mean, it matters a little bit, but not too much. So, we'll take out the Trawler Drake, because they're kind of beating us up right now. We only have 1 white mana, however, which makes this a little more tricky, because we got a grip full of white. But we're going to have to Ossification the... Yeah, I'd like to be able to do 2 things this turn, but kind of can't. So I guess we're going to... Jeez. I guess we're going to have to Ossification the... Trawler Drake. At least it comes back a little or 2. And then next turn, I guess we're gonna Flincer Raptor plus Proliferate. Well, Proliferate doesn't do anything though, because we don't have any counters on him. So we'll have the Flincing Raptor make the 3/3 fly, and then see what we can do there. Ooh, well, that worked pretty well. Alright, so 6 mana. Another white is actually pretty helpful. So we can do the Raptor, give the 3/3 flying. So we're actually not proliferating though, because no need. Doesn't do anything. Get in. Now we can at least proliferate. So maybe we actually leave up Charge of the Might so we can kill something. That might actually work better for us, I'm thinking. Because then we can at least... what's this do? Enters, create a golem. At the beginning of your end step, put 3 or more artifacts into the battlefield under your control. Create another golem. Alright, well... So at least it's not an artifact itself, which is good. Retrofitter. Okay. So, might have to kill the retrofitter. I don't love it. Okay. So we'll take 2. Communion is pretty sweet. So we can at least do Communion on Raptor plus Head Cleaver as a blocker. 3 corrupted up top. Oh. But they have the Jailer. Players can't cast non-creature spells from graveyards or exile. So I can't cast it? Can't cast, yeah. But it shows that I can cast it. Is it going to let me? I don't get it. Well, I kind of don't want to screw it up. So why don't we just do the head cleaver so I can block. I'm missing a proliferate, which is good, but I can't afford to take damage on the ground right now, I don't think. And I don't want to trade my 3/3, I don't think. Because I need it to block other things, so. 4/5 flyer. 5/5 flyer. That's pretty good. Let's see here. Okay, I'll take the 1 flyer, huh? I guess so. Oh, well, Anoint was a pretty timely draw, I would say. Sheesh. Deal with that little feller. Get in with the Raptor here. Try and calm my son down. Alright, we'll do that. I can even proliferate too, which is pretty slick. I mean, we're at 8 life. The Raptors putting in some overtime right now, but ooh, nice one. Let's see. Why take the head cleaver instead of my Raptor? I don't get it. Very, very odd choice there. So attacking with all that. We're at 8. And they are going to have 3 blockers and they're tapped out. Wish I could kill that flyer, to be honest. Do this. Well, they decided to concede, which is weird. I feel like they could have won that, but they made some questionable deck choices too. Like, it's funny that the Jailer actually had an effect against us since there's like so little cast from your graveyard sort of stuff. But oddly enough, we just happen to be playing a flashback card. But why they stole the head cleaver is just really beyond me. I don't understand the logic there at all. Not at all. They thought maybe getting rid of a blocker was what they needed to do, but it really wasn't. So I think if they tightened their play a little bit, they easily could have gotten us this game at least. All right, we'll see you in round 2. All right, round 2, we'll play first. 1 lander. Bummer. Another one that would have been good with a couple lands. We'll keep this one and dump probably one of our lands, I guess. I'm getting green here. So I'm trying to think if I can afford to play 2 tap lands because timing's kind of important. I need to go 2-3, so I think we actually dumped the tap lands, sadly. I want it, but I want to go Siphoner into viral spawning, and I think the only way to do that is go forest, swamp, Siphoner, plains, spawning. You get it. You get it. So we'll get our green mana, we'll go Siphoner. Oops. Alright, not a bad draw, actually. Alright. Very good. We'll get this viral spawning down, because Charge of the Mites is probably more valuable as a removal spell, I'm gonna guess. Just guessing. Don't know for sure. And even if they kill our one, we have another one, so no big deal there. We're already close to corrupted too, which is nice. Well, the good news is I can... Oh. I forgot that Scrap Gorger's gonna take care of our plan, isn't it? Oh. As soon as I start the video, he starts crying again. It's okay. You're okay. Nothing's wrong. You're alright. You're okay. Nothing's wrong. You're alright. Can't decide whether he wants to block. We're kind of in the nice position where whether he blocks or not, we're kind of looking pretty good. We either follow up with a viral spawning or we kill their plague nurse and get to proliferate. So both those options are pretty good. Definitely unfortunate we once again aren't even going to be able to take advantage of our viral spawning flashback because of that Scrap Gorger. Ooh, Rot Priest, that's a good one. Well, the good news is we get to kill the Rot Priest too. So we'll just attack and then Charge of the Mites if they block, and if they don't, we'll do, I guess, another viral spawning probably. I guess they have Scrap Gorger up, so they could have had something there, but thankfully they didn't. Just trading 1 for 1 here. Necro Sweeto. Okay. Well, we have the, that's okay. Not the end of the world. I mean, it sucks that we're going to lose our viral spawning stuff, but that's alright. So, why don't we do Draw Spits here, and then we'll play Incisor Glider, because then we can at least attack and, well, no, I guess we probably, well, they just need one more and this is a 3-3. Huh. Well, we have another Whispers though. Alright, we'll make best use of mana. We're going to lose viral spawning, corrupted synergy anyway here, so we'll just do this. Well, I have Whispers of the Dross at least for that. Ooh, Venerated Rot Priest? Man, I'm just jealous now. That's got to feel really good, having that. So, I think we'll just have to be patient here. Scrap Gorger doing its job, huh? Nice. There's no way they attack, right? That'd be too amazing for us. Alright. Ooh, Zealot's Conviction. Well, that's a good draw. Because now we can, yeah. We only have 1 white mana, though. Ah, whatever. We'll attack with the Siphoner. They're tapped out. I mean, this is the time to do it. So we'll Conviction. Oh, maybe I should have. Well, I was gonna say maybe I should have killed the Necrosquito first or whatever, but that's probably true. I might need that. Well, I was gonna say I might need the Whispers for the Scrap Gorger, but I don't know if this was optimized. We'll see. And I get a poison counter whenever I cast on them, so they could get corrupted here. I think I'm just gonna kill the Stalker then. Sure. Oh, they can take ours, we can't take theirs, huh? Bummer. So we'll get in. I guess we can get in with both. We're not corrupted here, so that's probably fine. Don't love it. Could have waited until I had the glider online, but I would have had to... They're not at corrupted yet, so it didn't feel like quite the right time. To me, at least, but we'll see. One card left. That's a good card to get. Lock there. Get our blue mana. So we have another white. We'll crack the Dross Pits. But I want to tap the blue and the black, because that's our primary colors. 2 lands. So that's not going to do us good. So we can't win this race, I don't think. So I am taking 3. I could trade 4 for 2, but I would also get a poison counter. You have to keep that in mind, and that's not good. We really don't need the poison counters right now, so I think I'm just going to take 3 here. And, yeah. I'm trying to think how I win this. Maybe a removal spell is a start. Oh, there's it. Guess we gotta do it this way. So, guess technically we got them next turn if they don't have anything, but if they do, then kind of right back at square one. Wow, lucky us got there. Let's see if I set my son down if he chills out a little bit. Let's try this. Alright, sideboard playing. So we're playing against... Man, I'm so jealous of that Rot Priest. So they've got some flyers, right? They've got... I mean, they're doing Toxic too. So they're doing a Toxic plan. They just happen to have the Scrap Gorger, which is really good against this. But yeah, the Rot Priest is obviously awesome too. Duress, I guess, would take care of Annihilating Glare, half of a Viral Spawning, a Ruthless Predation. I mean, those are all decent hits for it, but I don't know if that's better than anything else I got. So I don't think so. So we'll probably, I guess, keep it the same. Communion for the win, though. Sheesh. Lucked out there. Ooh, that's a keep. Yeah, cool. Rat into Observer. I think Rat into Observer is probably better than Rat into Viral Spawning. We'll see. Oh, well, I can get my white mana first. Wait. Yeah, well, no, then I can't. I see the dilemma. The dilemma is I can't do Terramorphic getting white into turn 2 rat into turn 3 observer. Huh. Well, I'm going to prioritize the rat into observer then. I think that's totally fine. All right, pretty reasonable draw there. Let's get our rat down. Like I said, rat into observer is quite good. Sticking a little communion on an observer is quite good too. Once we get that proliferate going, huh? So Skull Bomb is a buff plus the draw. That's pretty good. This thing doesn't have Defender, which is interesting. Sure. So they could have actually attacked us. That is interesting. It doesn't look like it should be able to attack, but apparently it can. But they don't even want to, so alright. We'll do the Observer. Get that going, hopefully. Maybe slap a viral or a Necrogen Communion on it. If I can resolve the Communion, I'd feel good. Because then at least if it dies from removal, I get it back. Alright, Plague Nurse. We can at least anoint that. If I draw an untapped swamp, I can anoint it right away too, which is nice. Didn't get that, but we got Terramorphic. So why don't we just do the land and get the Communion going now. They do have one land, I guess. Or one mana, rather. Well, now at least if they Ruthless Predation, it's not that big of a deal. So we'll get our white mana. Although at this point, another black might actually be more helpful, huh? Why would that be more helpful? I guess it wouldn't. We'll just get all 4 colors. Oh, I see. They didn't want to attack because they want to put oil counters on it. That makes more sense. They're going for toxic anyway, so what do they care? So yeah, if they kill Observer, we're still kind of okay. We do have the Anoint and they're corrupted, so we can at least take care of Plague Nurse too. That's not irrelevant. Oh, that's why I wanted the second black mana, but yeah, because then if I get an untapped land, I can do both of these. I see. Maybe that is the smartest thing to do then. I mean, Anoint plus spawning is pretty good. Sure. Alright, so we'll get our... I think we'll get a second black, because we don't have any white spells in hand. We still have a Terramorphic to find another one, so we'll just get another black mana in case we get an untapped land here. So we didn't, but that's okay. Now we can at least Anoint plus Infectious Bite, and that's pretty good. So we'll do that. We'll get rid of the Plague Nurse. And attack. And play Terramorphic for our white now. And then we'll just, while they're tapped out, I mean, this is the time to do it. We'll kill the Toxic Rat. They do get to proliferate, but whatever. Accept it. Not the end of the world. And they are dead next turn if they can't deal with Observer. And that tells me they're probably digging. And even if they do have an answer for Observer, remember, it comes back unless they can keep it on the board somehow. Like Ruthless Predation, it just comes back and they take less toxic, but they're still not in like great shape here. All right, got there. We'll see for round 3. Well, we're in round 3, and we've won 2 matches with this deck. That's already Pretty awesome. Necro Communion really has been MVP. I would say it's won both matches so far. All right, and this is a keep. Wow, this is actually pretty nice. I mean, I'd like to go Chorus and a Siphoner. Unfortunately, Draw Spits is going to prevent us from doing that, but we still get to go Chorus at least into Prism. Good enough, right? Hopefully. We'll find out. Alright. So, yeah, I think we're going to stick with the Prism plan here. Oh, Whispers. Well, that's a good draw. Now we can kill the Convert. 2. Raptor. Sure. Well, I think we can attack here. And then we'll see if we do Whispers of the Dross to kill the Raptor and get a 1/1. Oh, I didn't play. Oh, I was gonna say I didn't play my black mana, but that's irrelevant. So, all right. I guess with an untapped land, we can Whispers plus Ossification, huh? And just wipe their board. I'm cool with that. Then they're at corrupted status too. So kill you. And they're corrupted, so we've got the Zealot's Conviction on top of it. And I guess we're one land away from this Rot Priest doing something. Getting in there, giving Death Touch, doing all that nonsense. We've got a 3-power first strike potential here coming up. They still likely don't want to block, but this is probably a good turn to do the Rot Priest, I would say. Not going to trade because they could have the... Oh, so we both can do it, huh? Alright, well, let's both do it then. Oh, they don't even get first strike because I'm not corrupted? Oh, this is so punishing. Wow. So we'll do this plus the Siphoner. Alright. Viral Spawning is a good draw. So we've got 5 lands. We're just gonna get in with the Chorus and play the Rot Priest. Oh, I was supposed to do Rot Priest first. Whoops. Because then they get an extra poison counter. Well, I hope they don't win the game at 9 poison. That'd be kind of embarrassing. We're 1 land away from being able to activate Rot Priest twice. That's also pretty nice. Alright. Little Blight Belly Rat, not bad. Let me see. This is fine. They probably blocked the Duelist on the Rot Priest. This makes the most sense. So we'll just give Death Touch to the Siphoner here. Which means their Duelist is going to live, but we'll play a Rat. Maybe they have another combat trick. It should be at 7, but my fault. We'll play the Rat and pass. Oh, well, that's easy enough. Yeah, the sacrifice effects are a lot less good in this format. Alright, Shepherd. Shepherd's not bad because it can block and all that, but certainly wouldn't mind if they attack with Duelist. I don't care about that. We're getting in regardless, so yeah. Alright, so we still only have 5 lands. Which means I guess we just... Suppose we can just attack with the Might and give it Death Touch. I'm happy to trade my Might for a Duelist. And we'll play the Terramorphic and pass. And we can get... I guess we could technically get our blue mana, but we have the Prophetic Prism, so it's less necessary here. But whatever, it's an option. I guess we probably want another green mana. Well, do we want another green mana? I'm not sure. Black, 2 green. We have the blue. In case our prism dies. I'll just get another green. Because we want to be able to activate Rot Priest, I'm pretty sure. Let's get in with both. They don't really have a great block here. And yet, they have to block. Well, this kills them, so I'm fine with that too. Or, yeah, they die here. Alright, got there. Rot Priest for the win. So they're also playing Toxic. I think I'm seeing a theme of this format. A lot of Toxic. Yeah, pretty similar deck. They have a lot. They got those X1s, though. Those are going to make our Dross as 1-mana removal spells a lot of the time, which is really nice. Duress, if I wanted to take out. Edict, I don't care about. Zealot's Conviction is a nice one to know they have, though, with Duress. But like I said, our deck is so tight that it's tough to do any sideboarding at all. One lander. We'll do a mull. Looks like our opponent is too. Another one lander. Well, guess we're going to 5. A little suboptimal there, but hey, it looks like they are too, so we'll take it. Gonna keep this. This is totally fine. I just have to figure out what I'm dumping. I think Incisor Glider and jeez. It can't be Anoint, is it? I think it might be. Incisor Glider and Anoint are the 2 that are going. Because then I can at least... I have a removal. I have some bodies or removal. We didn't have a black mana for Anoint anyway. So I think this probably made sense. Probably. If they play the Toxic Ramp dude, I'm going to Ossification it. Because I still need a land to actually cast spells here. I probably Ossification that too. I mean, the problem is, yeah, I'm potentially mana starved here, so I kind of need to do this. I don't want to, but I feel like I need to. All right. Well, if I draw land, I can block. That's good, right? Or if I don't draw land, I can't block. No black mana, huh? Well, this is a game I think we were probably just a land away from probably winning, actually. Alright, so we're up to 3 lands. We're at 8. So I have to do Chorus. Alright. So we'll go to game 3 here. Like I said, this was a game we totally could have won too. But their mull to 5, I guess, worked out a little better than our mull to 5. So we'll run it back. I still like where we're at. They're a little more aggressive than I realized, but I think we could do fine here. All right. Game 3 here, and this is a keep. Nice hand. We don't have our blue for Observer, but whatever. I guess we're gonna keep it. My guess is I'm gonna have a turn 1 Chorus. I'll have a turn 1 Chorus. I just like playing out games in my head before they've happened because they're 40 card decks, so it's just so common how this happens. All right. Well, yeah, I think we actually do it, oddly enough. Because I get my Chorus back plus the Might. And I'm not doing anything else. I could have waited, but I think this is probably worth it. Just because I feel like we're going to keep busy with our mana. So it's okay with me. I don't want to get a toxic counter they can put on our dude, and I'd rather have a couple dudes out there, so I'm alright with this. Sure. Not quite corrupt yet. There's our blue mana. Our blue mana. So I could do the glider, and then I couldn't proliferate, but it would give me an extra blocker. Yeah, I'd probably have to play it then. I don't have to, but I'm going to. Double removal. Well, if they have the conviction, they got it. I can't afford to take this much damage, I don't think. Oh, maybe it's time to actually kill the Zealot. Then we take 7. Unfortunately, then the Scrap Trap is lethal. Huh? Alright. So we'll go for this. Hope they don't have the thing. Ah, with that back up plus this. Just all the action, we're drawing lands. Alright, well, we wanted to be cute, and cute we were, but cute's not going to win the game. So, didn't get there. That's okay. Came down to a double mull to 5, and their mull to 5 worked out better than ours, so. Oh, I could have cast Viral Spawning, then they would have just tapped this dude and gotten in. I don't know. I think we were dead. We were at 5 life, right? Tap this, attack with everything. Because they pump, toxic dude, get in with everything. They get in, I chump block the 4, I take 5 and die. Yeah, so even not looking closely enough, I was actually dead, so it's okay. Take 2 victories with it. We probably did better than we should have with this deck, so I'll take it. Let's do some pack one, pick ones. All right, pack one, pick one. I would go probably a Skitterfang, I'm thinking. Or just a 3/3 first strike death touch with more upside on top of that for some reason. So, yeah, great card. We'd take that. Skitterfang would be probably a close second because that card's amazing too. All right, 2 mana, 2/2. Whenever one or more other creatures you control die, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's an awesome card. I haven't seen that one before. Just punishing your opponent for your dudes dying. It's an awesome vampire. I really like that. Could see that for a cool like vampire aggro deck in some format where it would be terrible. Otherwise, Evangelist and Edifice and Annihilating Glare, those are all great too. Alright, and then 4 mana, 3/4 Battle Cry. At the beginning of combat on your turn, next time target creature would deal combat damage to one or more players. This combat prevent that damage. If damage prevented this way, create that mini 1/1. Wow. Target creature would deal combat damage to one or more players. So I have to choose a creature, deals damage, and then I prevent the damage, but I make a bunch of toxic dudes. It's kind of cool. You have to do it too. Well, you can choose any creature, so if you'd rather just deal damage, then choose one of their creatures or something that's going to get blocked anyway. Because it's only when it deals it to players. Alright, Hexcold Halberd, this one's cool. Good 4 Mirrodin artifact card. Hazardous Blast can win some games, and it's just good against X1s. Possible Invasion's good. Kind of expensive, but take Rhea Abor and be happy about it. And final, pack one, pick one. Run. 5 mana, 5/5, trample, can't be countered, can't be a target of non-green spells your opponents control or abilities from non-green sources your opponents control as long as your turn Thrun is indestructible. That seems incredibly strong. I would take that. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.